those ropes I balance on are leading all the way. Jumping lady towards the light, a fright, her lovely body shatters all in shame. That's the way, see, high without a care, I'm lonely, just a prisoner alone, hold me. Love the same as always, I'll never retreat.
Hey, it's so amazing.
La la la,
I'm ready.
This lover, baby, loves it growing, but slowly withers, tricked by the cards. It seems that this lover's crazy, danger's growing. Our fruit of passion is I love me, loving you. Even the thorns and hurting leave me touching you. Now want to change the wording, lie, loving you. All of the words I'm learning never quite were enough. Out of the way, love. Shooter number one, piled up all high, see the trophies they want. High five, love is like a lie. Now keep your act up, never let it budge. I'm building up to 3, I'm lonely, just a prisoner alone. You broke me. Love the same as always, I'll never retreat.
Hey, it's so amazing.
La la la,
I'm ready.
This lover, baby, loves it growing, but slowly withers, tricked by the cards. It seems that this lover's crazy, danger's growing. Our fruit of passion is I love me, loving you. Even the thorns and hurting leave me touching you. Now want to change the wording, lie, loving you. All of the words I'm learning never quite were enough. Out of the way, love.
This lover, baby. This is lover, baby. Oh, is everything good? Everything good? Okay, there it is. There's everything. Hi. Hi, chat. Hello. Hi. Hang on. Is everything stable? Everything's working. Okay, I think everything's stable enough. It's stable enough. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hi. How we doing? Hi, chat. Hi. Hi. Hello. Hi. I'm giving it a moment for people to maybe to join up and stuff. But hi. Hello. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing today? Incaritha! Yes, indeed, Incaritha. So, Incaritha. Hey guys, my theory isn't looking like conspiracy. Mayhaps my theory is not conspiracy? Maybe I'm not crazy? Mayhaps I'm not the crazy one here? Like, I don't know, guys, that... Y'all see that Incaritha yesterday? Who else saw Incaritha yesterday? Everyone see Incaritha yesterday? I need to probably watch it again, but... Hey guys, a character said that Asta is sus. What do you know? Someone's finally saying that Asta is sus. What do you mean that the drought accelerated after Asta arrived? Fuck you mean that, huh? What do you mean? What do you mean the drought accelerated when Asta came? It's been, what, a few years since Asta came? He's not exactly very... He's still relatively new to Incaritha, so... Hi, thank you for the follow, welcome in. Hi, hello, hi. Welcome, Evil Limemin. Welcome, Eve? Hi, hello, welcome in, welcome to the stream. So, there's the repeat. Hi, hello, Hi, hi, hi. By the way, I was thinking about this the other day. Hey, chat. Hey, chat, if the aspects start using my Twitch streams again, can we call them parasocial? Like, lighthearted joke. If they do that again, we call them parasocial. Understand? If the aspects fucking snipe my streams again, if the aspects of chaos of Arcadia snipe my streams again, I need us to collectively call them parasocial. Please, it would be so funny. I think it would be so funny. Hi Noob, hi Chaos, hi hi. Hi. But can we please collect, like if the aspects do that again, can we please call them parasocial? Please, it would be so funny. The aspects need to stop lurking, parasocial behavior, exactly. Oh my god. How parasocial. Guys, we can flip this script on them. We can flip this script. If you're gonna do that, it's like, they can't go around being so parasocial, guys. Guys, the aspects can't be going around being this parasocial. Oh my god. Okay, I downloaded the skins. I meant to download images of the characters. One moment, I need to open up Firefox for a sec. God, yeah, but like, oh my gosh, they need to stop being so parasocial, guys. They can't be doing this. Next thing you know, they're gonna be acting like they know me. Hang on, I just gotta save skin images. I'm not looking at chat right now because I'm getting to skins. One moment, chat. I selected the wrong thing. I meant to take images. Instead, it accidentally, I download the skins themselves. Oh, 07? Yeah. Oopsies. What can I say? My bad. Oh god, I gotta look up Liam's name MC again, because I don't... There it is. There's the sunflower. Save image as A3. Okay, that's saved, that's saved, that's saved. Going back over here. Okay, so I don't know where to start with this, but we need to start somewhere. So there's a couple. Arcadia, Incaritha. I've been saying for a while. I've been saying this for a while that Osta is sus. Look, I've been saying it since the start. Osta is sus. Now, this isn't just because, this isn't just because it's like, you know, Gorb's also playing, you know, one of the aspects of chaos. But it's also, guys, it's Gorb on a Contra project. Guys, it's Gorb on a Contra project. Of course he's gonna be up to something. Like, that's my first fucking hint. It's Gorb on a Contra project. He's going to be doing something. You don't just add Gorb on a Contra project. Okay, it's just like, you don't. It's Gorb. It's Gorb. Of course he's gonna have some kind of significance. You're not just gonna, like, wait for a while. Like, Gorb's gonna be there. His presence is always felt. But we've got a few things that we can theorize when it comes to just Osta. Like, God, where do I even start with this? So we've got a few things that could be going on with Osta, and a noob gave me like one of his takes the other day. My take personally about Osta is that Osta is somehow a puppet for the aspects of chaos. He's like the eyes and ears for the aspects. Now, I'm gonna be like looking at the Discord, the Arcadia Discord, because I need to look at some stuff that's in here. Because there's a few things that I think I remember. Let's see. Let's see. Oh my god, what are these dog shit filters? What am I looking at? Oh my god, why did the filters change? End date, author. Wow, the desktop filters are actual dog shit. Alright, we're going to my phone. Guys, why is the desktop filters for Discord like actual dog shit? I can't type from and get a result. What is this? Like, search options should not be hard to do. It's different, and it's annoying. Mentions user. Let's see. Let's see. It's in lore discussions. It happened pretty early. Okay, let's see. Here's something kind of interesting when it comes to the aspects, like, at least from the early in lore discussion. They didn't know that that humans opened the grieving chasm until it was mentioned in the lore discussion. They were surprised by it. And they didn't know how it happened. It's interesting. So my main theory when it comes to, you know... So, okay, God. Where's my brain? Is my brain here? No, it doesn't seem to be here. But... like, my main theory when it comes to Osta is, among other things, I believe that Osta is possibly... Like, my theory is that Osta is a puppet of the aspects, brought to Incaritha to either cause ruination or to force them into the grander stage. Because right now, when it comes to Incaritha, Incaritha doesn't really involve itself with the wider world. It doesn't involve itself as much as other nations. Like, unlike the other nations, Incaritha is among the things, like, it's a pretty tiny population, it's, for lack of a better word, a hick nation. I say this lovingly, but they are. But they are a very tiny nation that doesn't have, that is apparently as old as Verdantia, since according to the aspects, what was it? Who traded the information? Someone traded a favor to the aspects for information, and we learned that Incaritha, as an entity, and Verdantia are both the oldest nations. We know that Incaritha and Verdantia are the oldest nations on Arcadia. And part of the reason why Incaritha like has it's a nomadic nation. Incaritha is nomadic. They don't have one set home. They move when when the decay starts to like get to the nation, and eventually they pick up and they move. Presumably, the nature of Marcès is that her people will settle, the land will prosper for a time, eventually decay sets in, they pick up, they move, and eventually the land regrows. In the absence of Marcès's presence, the land grows back. And thus, there isn't like a constant... Hi, Siba. There isn't like a constant decay across the entirety of Arcadia. Because if that was the case, then no one would allow Incaritha to survive if the very existence of the nation caused decay to persist in an area. Because nowhere is like as desiccated as the area around the Grieving Chasm, so presumably once Marcès's people leave, eventually the world starts to like... I want to ping Siba, but huh, she's here already? Yeah. I mean, it's Incaritha, of course she's gonna come in. It's her nation. It's Siba. This is Siba's people. This is Siba's nation. Like, it seems that we can actually, probably presume some of that area that is, like, blank space may have been Incarithan land at a previous point. Because Incarithans move around. So it would make sense that they would find open land, settle, and then eventually, they pick up and go. So there's all these chunks of, like, open land that no one claims because that used to be Incarithan land. I should hang on, I have a copy of the Arcadia map somewhere in my files. I know I do. Pictures... Got it there it is. Arcadia map. Gigantic fucking file. This thing is 8,000 in scale. Dude, I couldn't make a country as well. Let's see if I can scale this down a bit. Because if the land is decaying when I make a country as well, if the land is decaying when I stay there, yeah. Let's see. Squash the map. Okay, I'm just gonna have to make a bigger canvas, I guess. Christ. We're gonna close this and start, let's see, open image. Okay. Opening this. Yeah, because if Incaritha and Verdantia are some of the oldest nations, then we know that... Well, we also know that this isn't the first place Incaritha is settled. They're nomadic people. They eventually pick up and they leave. Let's see. That's Hakon. Yeah, this is Incaritha. Hello, my mouse, can you please? Yeah, right now... Let's see... That's the Grieving Chasm, I think. And I think that's the Lake of Decay, because it's the biggest lake in the area. Yeah, Incaritha, its nation is no, that can't be the Lake of Decay. Dots are a little bit tiny. That must... one of these is the lake. Let's see. But anyway, okay. Incaritha as a nation It's as old as Verdantia, and they're both old nations conceptually. So when you have that, and Incaritha doesn't seem to involve itself with most conflicts. However, on the other side, we have, at least as far as we understand so far, the second aspect of chaos is somehow involved with Cronus. There is some kind of tie here. I really should get more visuals. But there's like, so we got that. If anyone wants to try and contribute, because I will start losing track of my own brain very quickly sometimes. I've got too many things all at once. Anything and everywhere all of the time, bro. So let me talk about my puppet theory. My theory for Osta is that he is planted by the aspects in order to cause problems for the nation of Incaritha. Now, we know that Osta is, at least it's implied, we haven't had proper confirmation, but from Mary Mayhem, Concha was, or I suppose, Athos interacted with a disguised Marcès and asked, "Hey, I've been told there's a man named Osta in Incaritha. Is it the Osta I'm thinking of?" Yes, it is. So we know that this is the same Osta that Athos knows, and presumably Osta used to be an Atlian. Presumably it's the sneaky one that he discussed at a previous point. It was the sneaky one in the quartet between, the four-way friendship between Athos, Cronus, Pyrite, and Osta. Osta used to be the sneaky one, if I remember right. What was it? It was such a funny story that he told during one of the Perfect Presents. And he gave up. We know about this because he gave that memory up. We get to remember the memory, but he gave that memory up. So we got that. But at some point, Osta was lost from. So Athos doesn't know where Osta is. I suppose he's presuming him dead, and thus uses the name Osta as a temporary name. So this Osta, little rat here, is presumably Atlian by origin, but the one thing that I can't figure out is why Marcès would take him. Because Osta has said he was saved by Marcès, so how does this all tie together? Because how does this all tie? My take so far is that possibly Osta is lying about his memory being fucked. Given his role as a good spy, it would make sense for him to lie. So, there's a possibility that he's lying in some way. But then how does this tie into the aspects? Because the thing is, chat, in the Arcadia Discord, why did the aspects look at me and say, "Why do you care so much about the Incarithan?" I'd like to assume I wasn't actually assumed as definitively dead due to how Athos reacted to his existence. Maybe. But that's just how does this all tie together? Because there's something I'm missing here. I'm missing something here. Osta definitely has a tie to the aspects, because I really don't think there's a reason why the aspects would, in the Discord, point me out and say, what is your obsession with the Incaritha? Because it's not exactly a secret that I talk about how Osta is sus. That I talk about and point out the inconsistencies and the problems with his actions. Like, we all know, I will point it out at any opportunity. So, if Osta isn't important to the aspects, why would they care? If Osta doesn't matter to the story, if he is just a crazy person, well, by the same logic the aspects used for me, why would, like, applying the logic they gave about Osta, why not apply the same logic to me? If I'm just the one going on a mad rant, then why give me that attention? Why point that out? Because the problem with, like I've said it before, the problem with Osta is that he turns people towards religion instead of looking for their own solutions. We're pretty lucky that Arin is still Why are you laughing? See, but why are you laughing? I think I am too, Atlan? But we're lucky that Arin is actually looking at other solutions. While she is still looking at faith, she's at least not completely turned elsewhere. It's just like... And add to that, we learned in the most recent Incaritha lore... what did they call it? I refuse to talk... In case... I just talk just in case, so all you get, I see. Announcements, streams... Yeah, the most recent Incaritha drought was 1.6 grief and actions. And that's where we find out, oh, the drought accelerated after Osta arrived. These two events have to coincide. Like, a person who is apparently Atlian by birth, with amnesia, is dropped into Incaritha by the goddess, and now the drought has accelerated. The aspects care enough to try and question my logic. So there has to be some kind of, like, there's something here. I just don't know what it is. There is something tying this shit together, and I'm just like, I don't know what there's just so many strings I'm trying to connect, and I just can't seem to find it. The thing is, like, also, my theory is that Osta is a puppet of the aspects. I'll say it again and again. So, how is he therefore a puppet? That's the thing. Maybe we don't know the connecting string? Yeah, that might be the thing. We might just not know the connecting string. This isn't even a we. It is a you. Shut up. Let me yap. Well, we collective, cause... Well, there's people other than you, Chaos. But... it's just, where is this connective tissue? If Osta is somehow a puppet, how did that happen? How does Marcès not know about it? Are the Chaos aspects just completely, somehow, like, quietly known by the gods and just not mentioned? Because surely, in such a case, Marcès would have noticed something about Osta when taking him. Like, surely you would notice something off about this former Atlian with amnesia. Wait, you said Osta might be Aspect's puppet and Atlian? Yeah. right? The thing is, I don't know, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, how these two things could coincide. Like, maybe it's easier to just take an existing person, wipe them, and I personally kind of associate Pied Piper when originally I think about it. I don't really think it's one-to-one, but that makes sense considering the religion thing. You know, with him pointing people away from looking for other solutions and pointing towards, we just need to pray harder, we just need to do more rituals. Like, how did Osta get the soul sand? Where did he go to get the soul sand? Did he go to where did he go? What is his source? Where did he find out about this material? How did he know this and this and this would work? Isn't it where he is in Incaritha, where the diamonds are now? Exactly! My thought is that, like, the aspects are using Osta as a pair of eyes and ears. He's not aware of it, and because of his amnesia, he doesn't really know otherwise. But I think there might be something to say about Osta being like the aspects trying to drag Incaritha into the world stage, since Incaritha is relatively not. Hakan, it's had its walls up for fucking, what, 1,000 years or something? They don't really interact with the outer world, but now Atlas is attacking, and Cronus has an aspect whispering in his ear, the second aspect. Input without any knowledge, yeah. I wish we had a Athos skin. Really wish we did. I'm gonna go to the wiki. Hang on. Can I get some pictures of... Let's see... Save image as... Why is it as a web image? What the fuck? Bro. Bro, why do these save as a web image? Okay, that saves as PNG. Grab that. I'm gonna go to name MC real quick. But we know that... But the thing is, the diamonds have been locked away for a long time, so how... So there has to be some kind of connective tissue here. Incaritha is the least likely to be known to have diamonds, you know? Like, who would assume that Incaritha possesses diamonds? They're, quote-unquote, the Hick Nation, according to Atlian stereotypes. So it's easy to hide diamonds there. And, I don't know, something, like, why pick May as well? Why pick May to be the Queen of Incaritha? She's untrained, she's unprepared, she's not ready for this, she's less magically capable, she panics, she has emotional support rocks, she... like, she's not super aware. She's doing better, but she's still not aware. She sent away her first advisor. Testing the waters? Maybe. Because in Incaritha, they have magic. But they don't have defense. Why have you sent a rock at me, Siba? You have bricks. You have bricks here. Use bricks. Come on. I didn't make my whole thing throwing bricks for people to not use the bricks. No. How do I want to color code this? Just like, where do I try, like, this is just a big board, and I know I have something here. I know that there's something here about Osta. There's something about him that's wrong. We know the second aspect is kind of covering Atlas right now. And it's pointing Cronus around on the board a bit, presumably. I'm making some assumptions here. Like, those are like my current thoughts on things. Moving him around the board. When stuck, you could always try and look about a different light, even if it's not the right path. Yeah, any ideas, Pash? Oh gosh, Cronus? Yeah. What theories are there about Osta's state of being are popular or no? That's the thing. No, I don't think anyone else is really theorizing about Osta. Like, the alternative is that Osta is the aspect of chaos that Gorb is playing. Like, that's the alternative. That's one of the alternatives. But I don't see a lot of other people talking about, like, Osta. Like, how many other people are talking about about one thing or another about Osta? Osta is, by all regards, just completely human. In a darker orange. Like, everything about Osta is pretty average. We don't even have a character art for him. We don't even have, like, an official character art for him. We don't. We don't have an official art for him. We have some, like, kind of some stuff of the aspect that Gorb is going to play, but we don't have any actual art of Osta. Presumably because he's a very minor character. No, there's no art of Osta on Twitter. The only art of Osta so far is me on Blue Sky. Like, the only one is from me on Blue Sky. Now imagine that being part of the lore. How so, Chaos? There isn't a character sheet as well, right? Right. Loki fuck with us in the Discord, yeah. Yeah. Considering they can also just listen into this conversation if they so please. I know we're safe for the moment. But there's definitely some level of they're just messing with us, because some of the other, like, minor characters have gotten some notice. So it might be... So what if they just stop any, like, official Art of Osta to appear there? It might be. Because Osta's appeared in multiple episodes. He's a pretty notable character in Incaritha. Like, he is a notable character. He's not completely background. Like, even the small, pretty background characters, like Austin, have appeared. You know, Austin, the Atlian character. But, like, he's had art, so presumably this is, like, maybe this is part of just trying to fuck with the audience to keep them from figuring other stuff out. Because, you know, art can tell you quite a bit about a character. Like, having a set design thing tells you a lot about, okay, here's a bit more about this character and stuff. Like, the thing I'm trying to figure out is, like, how does the aspect thing play into both? They want him to be secretive, yeah. I mean, that also ties into the fact that Osta has some kind of connection to Athos, presumably, based on the information that we kinda have. Making a whole conspiracy board over here. Gonna code Athos in blue, because I don't feel like I need something else. No, maybe not blue. Can't be yellow. We'll go with this dark bluish gray. Okay, so what, like, my theory is that somehow the Atlians are gonna find out about the diamonds. The Atlians are gonna find out about the diamonds, and it's gonna lead to interactions and stuff. Curse of knowledge, I see. on checking something. Yep. No, you won't, Chaos. I know you won't. Don't say that. Wonderful day, huh? Lovely day. But it's just, there is something here, and, like, we don't know who, we haven't had a confirmation on who Athos is the patron of, but I think the common presumption is Novaeus, considering the flare spell. And, God, I'm just... Ad time, goodbye. Off you go. It's just all of this, I'm just... Welcome back. Like, I don't know, cause... Considering Osta's name is used as a guide, could be a reason to believe it won't hold any significance to those who hear it. Yeah. Like, I don't think... Yeah. It's just, why would the aspects care about Osta if he's not significant? If his existence in Incaritha isn't significant. Because if his existence in Incaritha wasn't significant, they wouldn't question people poking around. But if he's an Atlian, what role does he have played? Then it wouldn't his name matter. Yeah. Or more so invoke a reaction, yeah. Like, he doesn't have a last name. Athos has a last name. Most of these characters do have a last name. Osta is just Osta. For now, I'm gonna say he claims to have amnesia. I don't know. Because if this is some kind of like... Cronus is connected to the second aspect. How did he get connected to the second aspect? Osta is presumably someone that Athos knew, but doesn't know where Osta is or presumes him dead. It seems the first aspect cares enough about people noticing Osta to point stuff out when I made a fuss about it. And when Osta came to Incaritha, the drought got worse, exponentially worse. Osta is also the only person who can go into the Lake of Decay without a reaction. Like, are we gonna talk about that? Osta is the only person who can go into the Lake of Decay without a reaction. Anyone else who so much as touches the water of the lake suffers. And this man regularly dips his feet into the lake. Something no native Incarithan does. No, person who is of Incaritha does this. Isn't that, proof of him being an aspect agent? That's what I think. The fact that he can do something that no native Incarithan could fucking consider, would never consider doing. That feels, really significant. Because if he has the protection of a higher being that is above Marcès, that would explain why Marcès's, the Lake of Decay doesn't affect him. He has a higher priority protection than that goes above a goddess's power. So, I really do think he has... If he's not just straight up the second aspect, just running around playing mortal games for just to get Incaritha into the wider world. Then it's just but the thing is, if Osta is the second aspect, why spend years gaining the trust of, say, Athos? Presumably for years. Because Athos knows of Osta, so this is what, probably a decade of time? Though that is an insignificant amount of time to something that's immortal. If he is not a puppet of the first aspect, time, yeah. If Osta is not just straight up the first aspect, just running around playing mortal to drag Incaritha into the wider world, under Marcès's nose, presumably. Playing both sides, because we don't know too much about the aspects. We interact with them, but we don't know much about them. We haven't even, seen them. We've heard the second aspect, but we don't know... We just don't know anything. It's just Urgh. I'm chomping at the fucking bit here, guys. I'm losing it. I'm, gritting my teeth. What is the connective tissue? And it's just what am I... we probably just don't have all the pieces yet. That's... maybe we just don't have all the pieces yet. That's possible. Where do we go from here? And, like, do we want to know more? I mean, I don't want to be shot low-key. Yeah, because during the last time the aspects were online, apparently they want to make a deal with me. Apparently, they'd like to make a deal. Apparently they want to fucking talk. And, like, most likely, they just want to get a deal out, get, like, a favor out of me. Like, I wish you luck with what happens, we'll be rooting for you. I have a, like, I've got a possible route, but the thing is, I haven't talked about it much with anyone just as a precaution, because like, bro, we are literally, like, the aspects can come online at any point. They can come online at any point. I'm just making sure, because, like, eventually we'll learn stuff regardless. But it's just like, I don't know, there's something a bit terrifying that they're, like, hey, your lawyer is speaking, like, awaiting a time there that I will be ready to reach an agreement with them. Hey, your lawyer speaking, what's up, Chaos? And it's just like, it's a little bit terrifying that they can just peep in on my streams. Can you give some insight into your plan, Loki? Not right. Not on stream. Not on stream. Not on the stream. In DMs later? Sure. Or in VC later. Can I know? No. See, but I care about you, but no. Also, we want to know more about... Also, we want to know more about what we ask for? I'm not a snitch? I feel like the less people know, the more likely things will go right. Just the less people know, I feel like the more likely it is to possibly pan out. Okay, then tell me and don't tell... That's not how this works, Siba. I keep secrets well. See, but I have to keep I'm keeping secrets all over the damn place. I'm bound by so many contracts. And I will probably be bound by more. The curses of knowledge? Curses of knowledge! I mean, Siba is notorious for being cursed with knowledge. This is kind of just her thing. Unfortunately for her. It is just her... She is just cursed with knowledge, as is Noob. Yes, it is. I RP'd as fucking spies and RP. I have real credentials? Uh-huh. Oh, God. Like... Like, I don't like being in wait, having to, like, wait on what's going on here. I see, Siba. But all this, and it's just... Like, finally people are starting to point out Asta being odd. Sus. Like, something's up with this guy. It's just, what? What is he hiding? What could the aspects have done something, and now they're just using him as the eyes and ears in Incaritha? Like, what if they're like, with the speeding up of the drought, they're trying to force Incaritha to move? Like, force Incaritha to move during a critical point in the world where things are already, like, tense. And like, if Incaritha picks up and moves right now, that would be kind of a bit of an awkward time considering there's so much going on in the world. And we might never get to that point, because if he is an agent, they would not want anybody to know that. Yeah. Like, the thing is, though, if he is an agent, and not just the aspect, they gave him an ability to withstand decay that is really significant. Because, you know, you can't have your eyes and ears rotting to decay especially when they're unaware. Oh, I just so happen to be able to walk into the lake of decay without consequences. Just like, that's really sus. That's really suspicious. That's not normal. Like, that's not normal. So, if I think that's normal, I can do that. Siba, you're Siba. You're also playing Narcisse. That's kinda your whole shtick, girl. Siba, that's kinda your whole shtick. Far stretch, but what if he doesn't know he's an agent? That's my theory, is that there's a chance that Asta has no fucking idea. 'Cause the best agent would be one who doesn't know they're an agent. Because, like, if we consider Asta as a puppet for the aspects, the best agent is one who has no idea and goes about their days, and when the aspects so need it, they just pull a few strings and he starts acting in a slightly different way, but still assumes they're his own thoughts and impulses. Like, investigate Incaritha. And Asta goes to mingle with the people. Because otherwise, Asta kind of does his own thing. He hangs out at the Lake of Decay. Maybe he got the connection when he was still with Atlas. Maybe? Like, either Asta was born Atlian and raised Atlian, went through all the Atlian stuff, and got amnesia because of the aspects, or the aspect planted itself in Atlas and is now just playing a little part. Like, Asta could be someone who just was born and is now being tugged around. Or it's the aspect going through motions. Because, you know, sure, hypothetically, you could just make a person from scratch. Higher beings, I have no doubt they could just make a person from scratch if they so pleased. But that doesn't make for, like, a good, you know, agent. Because if you make something from scratch, it's a blank slate. It doesn't understand personality, social cues, the way that people act. But if you get a person who's going to have, you know, habits trained into their muscles and stuff, and ways to interact, you just wipe out their memory. Like, there's still going to be, like, impulses and stuff. Maybe even play around seeing how the gods are going to react when they get their fingers in Atlas and Incaritha. Maybe. Like, it's hard to say, it's just... Because with Arin getting that rain charm, that's at least going to, hopefully, push the drought back a little bit. That will hopefully push back the drought. At least for a little bit, so they've got a little so that Incaritha has more time to breathe. But they can't keep getting rain charms. There is something fundamentally fucking with the weather in Incaritha, and so far it seems that we're finally getting fingers pointed at Osta. We are finally getting fingers pointed at Osta. So far, Osta is the denominating factor when it comes to the Incaritha drought. Because Incaritha was having its normal decay, so presumably, since it's been around for about 400 years? I don't remember the exact time. But it has been a while since Incaritha moved. So Incaritha might be coming to the natural end of a cycle. I was minding my business and got cursed with knowledge. Oh god, what happened this time? No further statement? I see. Oh gosh, F7? Oh god. I'm gonna take a drink from my water. One moment. Today it's just like warm water. I might make like a honey tea later, but for now it's just warm water. But I see you've been cursed. That's just normal. We're used to it at this point. Okay, where was I? But yeah, got cursed with knowledge, normal. Common. We know... It just happens. It just happens at this point, bro. Right, Incaritha cycles. Like, if the drought got worse with Osta... with Osta's arrival, there could be... Maybe the aspects are trying to push along Incaritha's cycle, force it to go a little faster. Because that would force Incaritha to start acting and interacting with other nations. Like, they have historically had trade deals with Kionis, presumably for the last few years, maybe at least maybe 2 lifetimes, 2 kings or queens. Let's see, how close is Incaritha to Kionis? That's Verdantia. Okay, Incaritha's over here. Kionis's main island, its main nation is like this. So for at least the last 300, 400 years, however, since Incaritha's only been settled for that long, they've been neighbors for at least that long. And Kionis is at least a fair bit old. It's not as old as the other nations, but it's not new. So the nations have been neighbors for a while. We know that the previous, excuse me. The previous king of Kionis and the previous queen of Incaritha had trade deals, and there was a lot of unfairness that furthered the madness of the previous queen. Like, we know there was some conflicts going on here. So, God, like, it feels like that has... So, Incaritha isn't completely foreign to the stage, but this, like, Incaritha interacting with other nations isn't unheard of. Trade is going to be annoying with these two. Go through the country which we know can and could decay, bring the goods to Kionis. It might have been so long since the last great nomadic movement that people have kind of forgotten that Incaritha moves around every couple centuries. Like, it might have been so long that people have kind of forgotten that's a thing that Incaritha eventually does. I would have to quit my job. Yeah, it might just be people have forgotten history, or just don't really know that part of history. Hi, Elixir. God, I keep GQ, your name throws me off, bro. GQ, your name throws me off. Shit throws me off my game, bro. But hi GQ. I'm so sorry. You need to put, like, GQ Elixir Starlight, bro. Like, I beg. Can't you change your name? You can. Just, like, put a GQ in front of it. I beg. Like, / lighthearted. I know, but it looks... I think it'd be more thrown off now if GQ didn't have... Well, they could do, like... Yes, it's 7:30 AM, jeez. Like, you could do like this. At least for the Twitch name. But hi, GQ. I'm discussing the Osta situation. The Osta situation. the Asta situation, indeed. Lord, I'm so tired. Why are you so... Are you just, like, sleepy tired, GQ, or... Like how those FNAF series have vague names. I don't know. Like, it's just like, there's so many things that could be up with Asta. There just are. In tune because Vampire talked about... Oh god. I see. Yeah, we've mostly I've just been yapping about my theories about what is going on with Asta. Like, what is Bro up to? What is Bro's whole situation? Gonna open a new document for the moment. Ah, flashbanged. Cause it all... What's the current theory? I've got a few... There's a few theories. Alright, I'm gonna make a flowchart for this. We've got the theory, Asta is Aspect 1, and he's just playing along with things. Asta... My main theory is that Asta is a puppet of the Aspects. Like, it's kind of between this. Either he's a puppet, or an agent of the Aspects, or Asta is the Aspect. Just in a human disguise. Playing the long game. Like, these are the main things. And there's fair reason to believe either case. The thing about Asta is also causes situations to calm down. Yeah. Like, his solution to most, de-escalation is religion. Like, he's good at diffusing. But causing chaos doesn't always mean egging situations on. Causing chaos also means making sure you're integrated into the social structures in such a way that people aren't going to question your motives. Because when someone helps diffuse situations, that puts them in a better light. Because you can either... Let me just make sure. Hang on, Chaos. Okay. Yep.
You know that okay is not an answer to "Hey there, Mr. Streamer." What is okay for an answer, bro?
You know what it means. That's the thing, you know what it means.
Wait.
If I didn't want you to join, I'd say no.
You're taking all the fun away and you're writing funny messages to ask for permission to join.
Me. Anyway, but these are like the main, because someone like part of chaos isn't just causing everything to escalate. It's also, you know, the subterfuge of social situations. Because you don't become, like, integrated in a society by just being a problem causer. You integrate by being a problem solver. Because if us, like, if you want to have, like, help with, like, this, helping with Incaritha can just be a stepping stone to its decay. To furthering it. Because right now, if we are assuming that Osta has, like, if his goal... God, sorry, my brain's just been thrown off a bit. Oh, my brain. Maybe I should have gotten, like, honey tea or something. I might make some in a bit, which will require just a bit of time. Anyway. But we could, like, either... Like, right now, honestly, either one of these could be the case. Because, again, social situations. Because if you are prone to helping, if you always offer help, people are less likely to suspect you of, like, wrongdoing. You know? Cass, you want to join? Do you have input?
Well, I was thinking along the lines of, what if Osta is just like trying to calm situations down sometimes? Because the chaos aspects wanted to be calm for a greater, like, more interesting, like, you know.
I love this music, by the way. It's Cult of the Lamb. Should be Cult of the Lamb. I have Cult of the... I got the Cult of the Lamb track a while ago, because I, bought a copy of the game, and it came with a redeem code to save the music, and I've just always used it as, like, the background track so that, when I go quiet for a bit, at least there's something in the background. Speaking of, I want to play Cult of the Lamb at some point. That's on my to-do list. It would be fun. Especially with the new DLC. But yeah, it's just... Like, I don't know, I know, like, Osta can't be just Osta. He's Gorb on a Concha project. Like, that's your first red flag. The second is just all of his actions. Like, the things that just are so suspicious about him include just being able to touch the water of the Lake of Decay. Like, that's the one of the biggest red flags we got going on here. Red flag, it's Gorb. Exactly.
A crazy red flag. The entire person is one. Okay.
Like, Gorb on a Concha project. That character is going to have some kind of significance. You know, it's just one of those things that's just like, based on past shit, it's just like, yeah, there's probably gonna be something up with this guy. Because, like, let's go down the list of things Gorb did in Showtime. He used to play the pariah. He was the first pariah that is met on Showtime. And eventually he stopped being the pariah, because I'm assuming it had to do with school and not having, all the free time. And Gorb, had a significant enough character to, be played over and over, and his character, the character of Sorb, dying on Old Arcadia, is what triggers Gattern to start going after Central Concha. I know, this is a lot of words you don't know, Chaos, just go with it.
What is words?
Don't worry. Just playing out the options, one of them could be that he's somewhat of a red herring. Could be. Like, he could be a red herring. This could be a long red herring. But I don't think he's going to just be a red herring. I think Osta is too tangled up with just, like, overall Incaritha for him to not have some kind of significance. Specifically in the fact he's diverting conversation. How so? Do you mean, like, diverting the situation, like, from the drought? Chaos, but non- Exactly. Like, causing chaos... Like, chaos can be a lot of things. Like, chaos doesn't just mean explosions and screaming. Chaos is sometimes subtle. Like, what's chaos theory? Like, the aspects have mentioned chaos theory before, so I'm gonna go look that up real quick. He quite rarely shifts focus of things from Incaritha to the ones that are seemingly more ignorant. Yeah, he is exacerbating the drought. Going to Wikipedia. Let's see. Laws of dynamical systems that are highly sensitive to initial conditions. These were once thought to have been completely random states of disordered irregularities. Chaos theory states that within apparent randomness of chaotic complex systems, there are underlying patterns, interconnection, constant feedback loops, repetitions, self-similarities, fractals, and self-organization. The butterfly effect, an underlying principle of chaos, describes how small changes in one state of deterministic nonlinear system can result in large differences in later state. He's like low-key and anti-intellectualist? Yeah. Yep, chaos. Yeah, because...
Chaos.
Shush. But, yeah, he is low-key anti-intellectualist, because rather than trying to find a solution to the drought outside of faith, or at least an external solution, i.e., like, rain charms and stuff, he looks to religion. Yeah, what's the definition for anti-intellectualist? Anti-intellectualism by the Dictionary of Anti-Intellectual person who scorns intellectuals and their views and methods. Also has gone on multiple saying that research is stupid. Yeah. Like, he kind of stands in direct opposite to Juniper, where Juniper is not looking at religion at all and looking to direct solutions. She's looking for, okay, we can redirect water from the river, we can maybe try to use less water here and there, we can get people to water more crops and stuff. But instead of, like, trying to help, like, are kind of two sides of the same coin. Yeah, they are diametrically opposed. This would technically be the second time that, these two have had a character who has been, like, two sides of the same coin. But it's one of the... Wait, KSM... yeah. Also insanely against connecting with other nations. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to look back, but I can believe it that there's probably been cases of him going, no, we shouldn't connect with other nations. Like, if Incaritha's entire thing is that he thinks Krillin are a bad idea, thinks Hakan is a bad idea. Oh look! Two nations that both provide knowledge! And trying to discard the concept of connecting with other nations, when Incaritha's whole thing is being a nation of community. How curious. Or I suppose, how incurious of him. And that's rather incurious of him. He genuinely plays across from because Hakan set up a camp. Really? I don't remember that part, but I'll probably have to watch back on some stuff, but honestly, I can believe that. Because that would partake into, like, the... like, doing chaos. It's... because one thing you can do to cause chaos is sow seeds of doubt. Create doubt in other people. And isolation. That's almost like he's trying to isolate Incaritha. Because why isolate Incaritha? Blessing 1.0, the soul, so significant I put it in my stream summary. Ah. Yeah, that is pretty significant, because Hakan is willing to help. Why isolate Incaritha with the diamonds? That's a good question. Like, what good... like, there's no good reason to do that. Well, what would they gain and lose from socializing with other nations? Gain connections, gain support, gain trade routes, and gain the means to protect themselves. They would also gain access to, medicines and stuff. What they lose is all of the above if they don't connect with other nations. It also means less food options if they have a really bad harvest. which it seems this is going to be a bad harvest year. Like, the harvest years have been getting thinner since Osta arrived. That's the thing, they gained so much from a normal person, why Osta would be against it. Yeah. Like, it's almost like he's not affected. They could gain outsider perspective knowledge, yeah. Because we know that Incaritha has a really tiny library. Its knowledge is very... It's just not... There's just not a lot of knowledge kept in Incaritha. Like, they have books, but they don't have a lot of books. They presumably don't have their own extended history. Like, how long has it been since Incaritha last moved? 300, 400 years? But they don't seem, like, from the bit during, what was it? Levi, I think it was before the Agora. Like, talking about, like, Incaritha settled down, like, 300, 400 years ago. And they don't seem to have a like, the people of Incaritha don't seem to have a history that they remember from before that. Like, they don't seem to have records of how long they have existed as a nation. Their current settlement seems to be their main perspective.
I mean, to be fair, there's no way of having any knowledge of prior settlements if you're always constantly moving around.
Yeah.
Stuff can get easily lost.
It's also
when
books.
moving around, especially in a hostile terrain like in Incaritha.
Yeah, Incaritha, its current settlement is a wetland. They're in a jungle wetland kind of situation. They're in a swamp. They're swamp people right now. So, where, like, there's a good chance they've just, over time, lost those records. Because since this is a nation that is as old as Verdantia, at least as an entity, like, there should be records, but they don't have records of how old their nation is. Their records only go back to the last time they moved. So unfortunately, this is a nation that loses knowledge and can't keep it, which does go into its, decay. It is a nation that is constantly in a state of decay. Intellectually, and in terms of its history does not stick. It decays, and they just kind of constantly cycle into having knowledge and having no history. Even though, as an entity, they have existed for a long time. Oh, why Incaritha? Can we also talk about why they're so noticeably young? Yeah, they die early. They're like mayflies. They do not live long.
But be real, that also makes a lot of sense because Incaritha doesn't have any way to support its population.
It
There's
also
no
seems
doctors.
that there is a thing where Marcès kind of just takes people. Like, you hit a certain age, and eventually Marcès starts to take you. Like,
Wait, what?
yeah, people eventually it seems there might be something up with Incaritha where eventually it just kills you early. Like, there are no people over 21 canonically.
21? Sorry. But I mean that.
Well, I mean, aside
Wait,
from
Levi?
like Uriel, but she's an alien. And
How old is Levi again?
He's like 20. No, Miser is 22 and Uriel is a 100-year-old alien? Yeah. Miser is probably the oldest Incarithan at 22, and Uriel is the exception. She's an alien. Levi is 21.
Let my bro take her people. What the fuck are we saying, gang?
Yeah, like, no one who is in Incaritha, like, there are no young children running around in Incaritha right now. There's no youngsters. So that's a bit of a problem. Because this nation is kind of gonna need to start reproducing soon. Levi's already talked to it, doesn't have much time. Yeah. Like, Incarithans just don't live long. Which seems to be a side effect of, being, like, praying to Marcès. Incaritha is a slip and fall from dis- Yeah, their population is tiny. And it's only gonna take, like, one really bad drought to kill them off. Like, it's not gonna take much for them to die. Like, they're a tiny population that is just on the edge of collapse. Incaritha is so isolated, I doubt it would be known immediately they're gone. Yeah, there's no other nations that would notice them being gone until it's too late.
Maybe Kionis.
Kionis would maybe notice, but other than that, not a lot of, like, the nation could be wiped off the map, and no one would notice for a while.
Yeah, like, the only country that would maybe notice is Kionis, and if the nation disappears, I'm 100% certain it's like some aspect kinda shittery.
Yeah.
So that would also mean that Kionis would immediately be like,
And now
having
with
issues with something else.
yeah, and now with Haakon being tied in, Haakon would also notice.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Would Haakon do anything? Realistically.
I mean, they know that Incaritha has diamonds. So, if Incaritha falls, the diamonds go to whoever last knows that they're there, which would be Haakon.
Which could cause for more chaos. Oh, this is this a new theory, bro? If you just unlocked a new theory?
Maybe but it's like, how does this tie to the aspects of chaos? Even with Kionis closing off, focusing on itself, now that Haakon doesn't know how to talk to people? Yeah. Haakon doesn't know how to talk to people. And Incaritha's their first, like, real relation in, what? Centuries? Like, King Tyler didn't know that Incaritha only has queens. Like, they are so isolated. They didn't even know that Incaritha is a matriarchy.
That's the funniest thing. So, where's the king of Incaritha?
We don't
what
have a king.
Go?
Yeah, they're... Are you sure it's not Queen Tyler? Gesundheit.
I laughed. What are we saying?
I thought you sneezed.
No.
But yeah. Matriarchy. Hell yeah. But yeah, it's just like...
Of course Siva would like it.
Yeah. But there's just like... What do the aspects get when they have this? Obviously it causes chaos. So how does this... Like, they have discussed, like, you know, in the Discord, they've mentioned chaos theory. So... this probably has something to do with, like, a concept in terms of chaos theory. But how? It's one of these things where it's like, it's such a small thing to consider. All this and more, all this and more. Chat, any thoughts? Any inputs?
I like the fact that Siva just said, yeah, and then immediately stopped talking. Coach told Siva, stop talking, bro. Stop talking. Siva, you finish your sentence with and.
Yeah, that's a common... Yeah, people do that.
Oh, wait. Now I remember what you replied to. Never mind.
It might be a good to think about the connect. Yeah, like, where did Marcès find Asta exactly? Like, where did she find him? How did she find him? Like, how did this happen? Like, we know that from interactions in the Discord. Did they just pick up from a road one day? Not serious?
No, imagine that being the actual reason.
Let's see, I think ask the characters. No. How the fuck does this search work on goddamn Discord? This is garbage.
What do you mean?
I'm trying to search things on desktop. The search functionality is actual dog shit on desktop.
What are you looking for, bro? What are you looking for?
I'm trying to find the conversation that Osta had with the aspects on the Discord. It won't let me search by user. I don't know how to search by user on desktop Discord.
Okay, listen, you right. Wait, isn't it like from and then you...
It doesn't work.
Oh, let me pull up my phone.
It doesn't work. I don't know what the fuck is up with my desktop, but it's not working.
Shaking my head, Dick. Shaking my head. Always these issues, man. Issues in this economy?
Let's see.
You have been enjoying my silence for like more than 20 minutes. I'm now taking my right back to talk.
What you looking for again? The conversation the aspects had with Osta in a looks like it was in lore discussion. Yeah, let's see. Found the bit. Hang on. One where Mer says, "As have private conversation." Yeah.
Oh, that one.
let me send it to myself, and then I can paste it here. One moment. Gotta go all the way around mobile, cause shit don't work. Technology, my curse. Guys, it's the curse. The curse just keep acting up. I can't do nothing about it, bro. Yeah, I found it. I'm taking the screenshots.
Now we're reaching levels of insanity, bro.
Shush.
Can you put like a text in front of my like PNG? Somewhat involved in this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is important to mention. I'm
so eepy. Okay, yeah, here's the conversations that were had between Osta and the Aspects in lore discussion.
Nick, I would be so for Reese's. I cannot read it.
I know, it's a bit hard to do because it's, you know, all on a computer. I'm trying to zoom in as much as I can.
Do you want me to just take a screenshot?
No, it's fine. Can y'all read this? Can y'all see what I see? We can? Awesome. But like you can see here, the Aspects had a conversation with Osta. Like this I think this this is why I think he's a puppet. 'Cause he doesn't know. And I don't know if, like, maybe the Aspects can have a conversation with themselves in this case. They're the Aspects. But then we have Marcès, aka Siba, going, hey, can we please talk in private about this? And we see here that Osta was taken in and saved by Marcès. It's just like, what? Like, how did Marcès come to find Osta? Where did she find him? Did she, like, find him in, like, a box in the rain, like a bunch of free kittens or something? Did the Aspects lead her there? Here's a free Osta. Just found him on the side of the road like a wet cat. But like, did the Aspects direct her over there? If they did direct Marcès, then why would she take someone who might be a risk to her nation if they're from the Aspects? Unless it's a case of, you can't really say no to the Aspects when they tell you to do something. They ask you for something, you gotta do it. It's just like, how did this sequence of events happen? How did one thing lead to the other? And why is Osta unaffected by the like of decay? Because that's like a key thing, he's not affected. I mean, Vormastess doesn't seem all for having Osta communicate about this, at least here. Yeah. And it seems he can't do magic. At least not magic of Marcès in the same way that other Incarithans can. It's just like all of this is interwoven somehow. And I don't know how. Like, why take Osta? Like, obviously, Incaritha needs more people. Also, we don't even know how old Osta is. We don't know how old he is. How old is this guy? Because if he, since we can extrapolate, he's the same age range as Athos and Cronus, which will put him at almost 30. Which is older than other Incarithans. That puts him in the he may die soon range. That's in the he may keel over soon range. Unless, again, he's immune to the effects of Marcès. Like, we don't even know how old this guy is. But if he's the same, since he's again, I'm gonna say probably, until things are, you know, set in stone, confirmed in canon. Like, he would be in the same age range as Athos and Cronus if he's this, you know, the same Osta that Athos knew. They'd be in the same age range. So he's probably gonna be pushing 30, give or take. And that means he's, in like a couple of years, he's gonna start feeling the effects of Marcès, but we know he's immune to the effects of the Leg of Decay, so he's probably immune to the effects of the Marcès's whatever it is she does that causes people to die. Would start being planned if he openly shared his age. True. True. People would probably be like, just like looking at him like, your death is soon, my friend. Your death is soon. We'll start preparing the funeral. But, like, are there signs, too, when someone starts to be taken by Marcès? Like, surely there's, like, signs, right? Like, there has to be, like, eventual signs when Marcès is starting to take you. It's not just, oh, Marcès has decided to start taking you now. Like, there's probably physical symptoms, like a type of sickness. It is now your time, indeed. Like, we don't know what happens when someone starts pushing 40 in this nation. Like, how does the decay start? It's like, all these questions and more. I don't know, it's just like all this. All these. It's just like, where? Like, what is this guy? This is part of why I think Osta is straight up a puppet that is just eyes and ears for the aspects. Like, bro's a puppet that can be influenced to go do one action or another, to act one way or another. But still, like, a person, in so much as he thinks he has free will. or has some semblance of free will that lets him act like a normal person for the most part. I'm gonna drink again, my throat.
Sparkle on.
I don't know, any input from anyone? Yeah, this is just like... It's like we've been talking about this for 2 hours. Kinda hard to place where he falls on the grand scheme of things. Yeah, he, like, maybe, for all we know, Asta is going to be... 2 hours? Yeah. Like, for all we know, Asta is going to be that aspect of the butterfly effect. The, you know, the way that people most understand it as a butterfly flaps its wings in Brazil and you get a typhoon in Texas, or whatever. Like, maybe he's, more than anything, the domino that's going to trigger, like, eventual things to happen down the line. Because he's doing a lot of sowing. He's sowing a lot of seeds. Like, he's sowing seeds of doubt in alternative solutions to the drought. His arrival coincides with the drought exponentially worsening over the last few years that he's been here. The last Queen of Incaritha died. The queen that was chosen was May. And things have been exponentially worsening. Like, my fear is that as people get more desperate, things are gonna worsen, because the first, like, Asta found a ritual and had Arin help with it. Arin helped him to do a ritual, and in that ritual being successful, because it did grow wheat, it shows that Asta tends to, at least to Arin, know what he's doing. So, and then we have the beliefs of Incaritha that twins are bad luck, that the second twin born is bad luck. And Juniper, I was going to mention them, but I think it will get me sniped. I mean, you can, like, how do you mean sniped? Like, Twitch sniped, or... like, sharing the information? If it's not secret information that you got from, like, a primary source, if it's just theory crafting, I think you can go ham. Like, go for it. This is... I don't think we're gonna be bothered tonight.
Surely nothing bad will happen tonight.
Well, if anything happens, well, the aspects... I think I will just be nuked.
No, listen, guys, always remember, push me under the bus. When it comes to a point, I will change the username to True Chaos. And then we have no issue anymore, okay?
Well,
No
if you're
problem.
that scared of yourself getting nuked by posting it in the VC or here in the chat, you could throw it into my Discord.
Surely nobody has access to this. What?
You could put it
believe-
in live stream stuff. Like, you could send it over there. Because I'm curious now. I blame Chaos, the person for the drought. But Pash, if you want to put whatever your theory is, you could put it in the live stream stuff in my Discord. But my fear is, as Osta shows that he can be trusted with rituals, and that his rituals tend to be sound. Like, probably spying. But I think you should elaborate on that. I think you should elaborate on it, Hashcat. I am curious now. But my theory is that as Osta, shows more rituals to work, I worry about him escalating it. And eventually, as a way to cause excessive chaos, pointing the finger at Juniper, the black sheep of Incaritha, and saying, we need to get rid of the black sheep twin. We need to sacrifice the black sheep twin to Marcès to end the drought. Because people already are gonna have, fingers pointed at Juniper, since she's a living twin and she's not supposed to have lived. She's already considered the cursed one of the twins. So it wouldn't be a crazy escalation, especially when people are starving and desperate for solutions. What would be more of a, causer of chaos than sacrificing a person to the goddess in hopes of ending the drought? It's small escalations. If eventually small rituals don't work, why not move on to bigger rituals? Well, now we need to sacrifice at least another sheep. Maybe we need 2 sheep, and eventually Arin's gonna be less likely to give sheep as she loses sheep. And it becomes easier and easier to point fingers at Juniper and put her on the chopping block. Because Juniper did lose an arm, and it's just, that's my fear, is that Osta is going to eventually push things in such a way that it puts Juniper in the crosshairs of, it pushes Incaritha into the crosshairs of human sacrifice. Not a lot of, people are at least neutral to Juniper. But people who are religious avoid Juniper, if they're not being cordial. That's one thing I worry that is going to escalate. Especially if Incaritha is more isolated, people, if they don't have alternatives, i.e. trade routes, it becomes much easier to eventually point at Juniper and say, we could try sacrificing the cursed twin and seeing if that alleviates the drought. Because at the first Incaritha, there was kind of an implication that Juniper living is the cause of the drought. Because cursed twin and all. and it's easy to, and when you're a somewhat uneducated population and you don't have a lot of education or history to fall back on, it's easy to believe someone who is offering a quick, simple solution in the form of, we just need to get rid of this one girl, and the rain will come back, the drought will end. Like, more desperate people are more willing to do extremes. Nubian, you are cool. Chaos. Don't play with. Why are you saying that in the chat, Chaos?
Huh? So you can continue your conversation. Holy shit, continue.
Well,
oh my god.
I put my conversation to a pause because I don't know where else to go from here at the moment.
Yeah, to be fair, normally I would take that part, but I know nothing about Incaritha. This so far has been rambling and rambling and rambling. Like, I don't know anything. I don't even know anything about gods, bro.
You said I can throw you under the bus?
When the chaos aspects show up, you stupid ass. When the aspects show up, it was in the context of the conversation. If I put stuff out of context, then I cannot say.
Can we throw Chaos under the bus for this?
Goddamn, bro. Goddamn. The people hate me. I dream try.
Oh. Yeah, I do wonder when the aspects are going to appear again. Cause guys, waiting for them to just like show up already, I'm not getting enough sleep. My brain's being thrown off, because I don't like sitting in anticipation.
Okay.
I don't appreciate being like the waiting game. Last I checked, I'm not like, I don't have anything important. I'm just like stuck here waiting.
Nick, think of it realistically. If we are talking, we know that, like, Kanji is like Dutch, right? So realistically, I don't think he would start like the shitpost, not shitpost, the chaos aspects conversation at midnight. Or 1 in the morning.
He's done it before.
When it was on the weekend.
Either way, it's just like...
You would like chaos to take the blame? Yeah, I just switched my name to
I'd like to execute my little concept of a plan. I'd like to be done with this.
But first you gotta get approved by your lawyer.
Nah.
No, not really, actually. I just want to know what the fuck you're doing. Maybe I'm trying to optimize it.
Yeah, but I think I'm all done with, like, theorizing for the day. We've been theorizing for 2 hours and some. And my throat hurts.
Drink something, bro.
I know. Shush.
Drink. Nobody's stopping you.
Okay, anyway, I don't think I need these documents now, since I'm not gonna...
What? Oh, over there.
Just gonna clear that out. Move on to the part of just probably chill art, I think.
Yeah. Ooh, now I can sound insane.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what to talk about.
Like, unless anyone has something specific they want to talk about.
Please let it be Arcadian so I can talk. Please. Please, for the love of God.
I mean, unless you want to do Minecraft.
Minecraft like this? Wait, let me look at my time range.
Levi, like if you agree. Yeah,
I agree, I
just
don't
like,
know.
there was just like funny bit the other, like during the stream.
Oh really? What funny bit?
It like Levi was like joking like, oh well maybe something harm one of your sheep. And just Levi, I'm gonna put my arm around your shoulder when I say this. Don't threaten my sheep. Holding an axe up to his head, just like
Loki, I would do the same. In a position of power, I would do the same. Wait, what? Who said that? Me. And to go back to you saying Minecraft, maybe. But I don't know what to do there, so it's like...
You know, I do wonder if Asta finds out about the rain charm, if he's going to do something to destroy it. If he's going to cause something to go wrong. Like, Auron knows how to use it, but what's to say he's not gonna mess with it? If his goal is chaos and to cause problems, what's to say if he knows about the rain charm, he's not gonna fuck with it?
Realistically, we don't know. It could also very much be that but the chaos aspects are like, don't do it. For some, like, malicious intent later on, if you get what I mean.
Not quite.
They might see something in a greater picture than we do. What I'm saying is basically an entire new plot point or something like that could always happen.
True.
Or be added. Man, I'm just waiting until Verdantia is going to happen again so I can actually talk.
I just don't like being like, you know, on the waiting game. Because my brain kind of is funny. And I don't like being just like like there's suspense and then there's I don't know what's going on and it's starting to cause me anxiety. And unfortunately I can't really help it if I start to get anxiety. Yeah, being left on hold isn't fun. Yeah. Like, obviously, I'm not. Look, I'm not owed anything. I'm not. It's just the anxiety can start to flare up if I don't know what's going on.
I think that's why I would never willingly like try to do something with like the chaos aspect. Like, of course I will act them on and shit like that. Like, of course. Why shouldn't I? But I wouldn't like make a deal with them. And even if I made a deal, realistically, what would I ask for that I don't have a theory on?
Like, what can they
I
offer?
only care about like Atlas.
Like,
Yeah,
what can they offer if you just don't care?
that's the thing. I think
What do you
that's why I
offer?
would.
What do you offer to the apathetic?
I gladly stay in the unknown than stay in the known. Realistically. Like, sure, I would love to hear fucking Cronus's like Starbucks order or whatever. but but would it be information that I actually want to hear?
Like, sure, you could ask, but like, is it really important? Do you really need that?
Exactly, like.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. We've yet to have someone decline the agreement? True.
It'd be crazy. Maybe, who knows, maybe one day it will happen and I get the chance to decline. Realistically, I don't want anything from their aspects. I don't care for them, and I don't care for the gods. The true alien mindset.
A true Atlian does not concern himself with the whims of higher beings.
True alien. Like, I just don't see any purpose in it. Time is enough. Time is enough. And like, I have my own way on getting information out of like characters. I know how I can act them on enough. Just look at Amidas, bruh.
Bro just has to piss him off.
I just need to piss him off. And I think Kronos is kind of looking more awful. Pretty awful. Maybe even horrible. Oh man.
Chat, is there anything y'all want to talk about in particular?
Yeah, like what drug infusing. Wait, no. Wait, no. Never mind.
Y'all, we yapped about the Asta situation for 2 hours. What the hell?
I wasn't even there for like 1 hour.
Yeah.
Loki, I was building a city. The true city builder. I built my city greater than Atlas. I have the greatest city. The greatest of them all. When I got to Journey, it's actually horrible because apparently the roads that I've built are too American.
Oh no.
But I think it's funny because they low-key kinda to be good. they do be working somehow.
Nah. I considered taking some of like my anxiety medicine, but it's just like enough. It's like low enough level anxiety that's just being persistent. That's like, this doesn't feel like it requires beta blockers today.
Which character can we now, like, drag through the dirt? Which character should we, like, bad off? Like, Loki just make him sound like Harper.
There's always Athos, but that's default.
Bro, Athos is too easy. Like, bro is called Detectician. Detectician is currently trying to not siege down, but attack a fortified city with like
With
10 guys, a wish, a will, and maybe a god.
2 patrons and a bunch of inexperienced, non-combatant trained civilians.
Like, you can't even call them you can't call them militia, because militiamen get like at least like a few days of training. Like, they're just random civilians with armed weapons or like something like that. Like,
Who are willing to fight.
wait, that is also the term for militiamen. Never mind. They are militiamen, but horribly organized. I mean, it is kind of interesting to see how Aphis would try to take Padio, because I still believe, because he did say it's a probing attack or like a testing. It's like a testing battle, like an ultimate test.
Oh, allow.
Yeah, like. Yeah, aliens are all just adrenaline junkies. No, I think that might be something with them being with it. We've so far only seen like alien military officers be like that, right? Or like alien military personnel. So, who are like in the regular military, not in the intelligence branch or like anything like that. Like Cronus is adrenaline junkie, Midas is one, Athos is one. I don't want to be that guy. What do I mean with that guy? I mean, it could very much just be that's how they're getting or
Taught.
what their doctrine is in the academy. Like, always engage the enemy until the enemy gives up.
Yeah, kind of like just beat them down, be scared, be more determined than them to beat your opponent into submission.
Which, if I remember, I don't remember what exactly Aphis has been doing in Verdantia so far.
Illa, Tyrant, Luxor, etc.
They're like non-military personnel, low-key.
I mean, Luxor
Dr.
is
Elliot one.
like, I think the only non-combatant is Dr. Illid.
Dr. Elliot, yeah.
Because he's...
But most of them are not in the... Well, Luxor is like is in the military, remember correct?
Yes, he is. He's the leader of one of the provinces.
Yeah, exactly. Automatically making him like the provincial general of like, the etc. Blah blah blah. But anyways, Dr. Elliot and Tyrant are like just like non-military affiliated.
Yeah, Tyrad's just a guy. Tyrad's just a guy.
And Elliot is... Elite is government affiliated, yes, but not military affiliated.
Well, he is from the military, and he is in Verdantia as a psychological warfare.
What? No, Nick. He is there to be the therapist of Her Majesty Queen Thea. How dare you suggest otherwise,
I would never.
Mister?
I would
Yeah,
never.
that's what I wanna hear. That's what I wanna hear. Now face the wall.
No, fucker. Nah. Propaganda.
No, but you could argue that Dr. is like somewhat affiliated with the military, but not directly under the military structure. Like, if you get what I mean. He is like, in technicality, he is a part of the military, but he also isn't. Like, who knows? He's more so funded by Kronos, I'd say. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. He's a government official. Like,
yeah, I mean, Illit's
literally.
work is having an effect. It does, like, Illit does soften the view of Atlas. He's a lot softer than your average Atlian, which, for, you know, integration's sake, that's really good.
Yeah.
You know, something that Atlas has been foregoing on doing with, he's quite the nicest Atlian I've seen. Yeah. Yeah, for an Atlian, he's just the nicest one we've ever seen.
Which can also be... Okay, I think it's somewhat of a facade and somewhat not. It's like half truth and half a lie.
Yeah.
I think I can safely say that everybody knows that, so...
Yeah.
But yeah, I was talking about the military, I remember. I have a genuine question. What was the last actions Aphis actually did in Verdantia prior to, like, him planning the fight, whatever the fuck he wants to do in Patio? Like, what did he do before that?
It
Does anybody know?
seems... I think he was, like, kind of recent to the rebellion, and he's mostly been kind of trying to plan around what's going on. Because he's been in Verdantia long enough that he's had a few different disguises, such as being a priest of Novaeus, among other things.
What?
Ominous Illuming to find out info, probably? Probably.
Interesting.
Bro's played a
Because
couple of roles.
Yeah, because Atheus so far, when it came to like military actions, seemed to be very, like, somewhat in the defensive.
Yeah, I mean,
Which is
he's one man
either-
against all of Atlas's, like, integration with the land.
Yeah, but do I have to remind you that he is also the guy who literally said, and I quote, "So, I wanna test the waters and attack Patior."
Mm-hmm.
You can't say one thing and then also say another thing. It's like... Atheus might be overestimating himself. Especially because he... And that's the thing that I noticed, like, afterwards. Afterwards, I mean, like, a few days ago. Atheus has one trait that is often just a guaranteed defeat for like military commanders, which is arrogance.
Mm-hmm.
You heard how he spoke about Midas.
Remind me?
Like,
I know he spoke ill of him.
exactly, yeah. That's what I meant.
So like presuming
Yeah.
it'll be easier than it might be, even though
Exactly.
Midas has been giving him trouble.
Yeah, like,
I think that's the Atlian arrogance coming through. Bro has not unlearned everything. Bro has not unlearned enough.
what's also interesting is that you can kind of see how Aegis has still that arrogance, but for Midas it's like, sometimes it's there, and sometimes it isn't.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it shows that he has been in Verdantia for, like, almost a century. It was a 10 days out, 10 years
decade.
out, century, right?
A
Thank
decade.
you.
A century is 100
Oh.
years.
My bad, gang. My bad. For almost a century. So it kind
A
of
decade.
shows.
You said a century
A
again.
Shut. A decade. Okay, my bad. It kind of... sometimes it shows that Midas has been there for a decade.
Very old raccoon, indeed. He's 30.
Yeah. 30 is not... Okay.
The joke is that he's ancient. The joke is that he's fucking old. Everyone jokes that he's old. Everyone jokes that Concha is a fucking fossil. Bro is a fossil.
Oh, we're talking about Athos.
Yeah,
True. He
but
is
Athos
literally a fossil.
is 30. He's a fucking fossil.
I mean, let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of shows in his military surgery. What? Who said that? That's
Oh my
crazy.
god. What? Crazy.
This... That's insane. That's
Back in my
Back
day.
in my... Back in my day, I could just invade a city without any resistance.
Back in my day. Back in my day.
Back in my day, I was able to fight the army 1 to 10. Also, one thing that's also pretty important to mention. So far, when the first like engagement Midas and Athos had face to face, Athos won because he had like divine,
He has divine powers,
powers.
yes.
Yeah, divine powers. Like, he is stronger, not by also in skill level most like, but also thanks to like divine powers.
Mm-hmm.
Though I wouldn't say Midas has no chance of fighting back against him in a 1-to-1 fight.
Like, if no powers involved, it might be a lot more even than we think.
Maybe. Could be
But
most
Athos
likely.
has literally just airstrike. Bro has airstrike on his side.
Yeah, no, it's very lucrative.
It's very nifty.
I mean, it would
It's
be
just
funny if
fuck you, airstrike.
It would be very funny if the Chaos Aspects just randomly said, okay, Midas is becoming the next patron of he gets some
No.
fucking explosion powers. We have... So Athos is now somebody to get countered with.
God,
That'd be low-key fire.
that
and
would be
fun.
horrifying.
Yeah, it would be. Now that I'm thinking about
Midas becomes one of the patrons. Oh god, no, no,
Oh,
no. We don't need this.
now that I'm thinking
Verdant's
about it,
already
if Midas
so
actually
fucked
dies to Athos, realistically, Verdantia would be would be worse off than if he was still alive.
How so?
Realistically. You killed a guy in charge of the Atlian military there. Do you think Cronus will replace him with a softie?
Haha, no. They're gonna replace him with the roughest, most brutal person
can
they
tell
can
you
get
who.
their hands on.
Most likely, it will be either a new person being introduced for Verdantia, or it will be the head of the Atlian military. Like, even if there is no literal winning in this, like, battle Aphis is fighting, because if Aphis wins against Midas, or like, better say, kills him,
Yeah.
he's gonna get replaced. If Aphis loses, he loses.
Yeah, basically the best strategy in this case is to get all of the roots out before killing the head. Because otherwise, there's still roots for a new commander to take over.
Like, what you need is to just spread hatred for Atlas and the current government.
You got to make it you got to make the people unwilling to tolerate it. The problem is the slow boil that Verdantia's had, not a lot of them seem very prone to wanting to change stuff. Because they've been boiled for so long. They've been boiling for so long, they're just used to this.
What I think is, what the Vedantians need to wake up is quite literally some fuck ass, like, public, like, Atlian execution or something, where Atlians are just actively
Also the fear of having it get worse. Indeed.
Because that would only spark, not why also fear, it would also spark, like, hatred more for against the Atlians. Literally, what Aphis needs to do is just egg on the Atlian, like, the Atlian expeditionary force in Verdantia. So much so that the Atlians just misstep and just kill multiple people in public. Like, realistically, that is, from a perspective of rebellion, a win for you, because
it gets people scared.
Not only, but as the rebellion leader, that would be a win, but mostly because more people would be more keen to join a rebellion against the ones that quite literally massacred their sons, daughters, brothers, sisters, or parents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's insurgency math 1-to-1. That's why I'm saying, like, what Aphis is low-key planning on doing is kind of stupid, bro. He's fighting a conventional war in a guerrilla war.
Oh no.
It's like, what he needs to do is get people to see what Atlas is, and not to show why Atlas is actually goated for protecting Verdantia.
Yeah. And like, I think we've talked about it before. It's just like, what is Verdantia's plan without Atlas?
Nothing, burgers. It's nothing. You think Queen Frida or Princess Katie can do anything after that, bro? Even if, let's say, Atlas is gone, right? You now have a country with no military, a few royal guards, shit ton of resources, pirates and bandits will just go into the country and see it as a field vacation.
There's definitely a bandit issue. There's definitely a bandit problem.
It's the thing. As long as they exist, the Atlians have a reason to be there. The people won't question the Atlians because, but they're killing the bandits.
Yeah.
Oh well, the Royal Guards are doing
Also,
it
how many people are
currently.
gonna want to join the military? Verdantia seems like a very soft place.
That's another thing. Verdantia, Verdantia is a country where it would be such a small number of people to serve in the country. Why it would take not many people to defend Verdantia because of its defensible terrain.
Yeah, the lots of
You know,
mountains.
yeah, and like the river and etc. etc. They would have less than the desirable force to defend Verdantia. Like, you would need like, let's say from that 100% which are already like overall just 75 or 50% of like people you want. Most likely the amount of people they will get into the military is like 10 or 1 to 10%. I don't see it more than 10.
Unless he gets coded in nice reasonable man. It seems unlikely that a Verdantian would want to join the military.
Yeah. Especially because not only does this take a lot of money,
that Verdantians aren't going to want to spend after years of Atlian taxes.
that the Verdantians are already paying to the Atlians. It would also take a long time to train the soldiers to a professional standard.
And they would also need to make a professional standard. And currently the only standard they know is Atlas. And no one's going to want to be trained like an Atlian.
Yeah, exactly. Like, currently, I hate to say it, and this is currently a positive factor for a Verdantian. Currently.
Yeah, even though Atlas is kind of the only aggressors going on in the world.
They're the only aggressors, but it's like skirmishes at best. No war has been started so far.
But it seems like that might be on the horizon eventually. Just because of, like, you know, the way a story is probably going to go. Eventually, there's going to be some kind of breakout of war.
I'm looking at Kionis and Atlas.
Yeah, but what's Kionis going to do? Their thing is spying. So what's Kionis gonna do? They don't have much of a naval fleet so far as we've seen.
Wait, what? They're literally an island. What?
Yeah.
What?
Island nation, no naval fleet.
It's... Being an island nation is literally a blessing.
It's really hard to attack.
For historical context, Britain was able to survive World War II in Europe all alone for a few years against the Germans. Because the German Navy and Air Force were not able to get area superiority or Navy superiority in the English Channel. You can't start a land invasion if you don't have the means to support it. It's suicidal. So, for an island nation, you just need to have a good navy. Especially
and so far
for, like,
it seems
medieval times.
And it really just seems like the only one with a good navy is Atlas, because they were able to do big damage to the nation.
What do you mean Atlas has a navy? I thought they don't have one.
Well, apparently they were able to attack an island and cause a lot of damage. A lot of people died. A lot of characters lost their parents in the attack on... what was it? The Navaska? The attack on Navaska by Atlas?
When was that mentioned?
A while
What
ago.
plot points? How many plot points am I missing? Gone for like a few months and already missing like half of the plot. My bad.
It happened
But yeah,
during
no.
one of Athos's talks with Callias. Before Callias got murked.
Okay.
Before we lost gay people on Incaritha. Arcadia. There's no more gay people, chat. I'm afraid there's no more gay people. Not on Arcadia. Oh no. How sad. Oh no. There's no more gay people.
Man, Arcadia is not beating the homophobia allegations.
Oh god.
Killing the gay icon.
Can't believe Contra would do that. Why is he phobic? Oh no. Not beating the faux allegations.
Man, Contra, why would you do that?
How could he?
Anyways, time will give all.
Time will give all.
I forgot I need to do propaganda as well here.
Woohoo.
But I thought or expected at least that maybe Kionis would have a sizable naval force.
Yeah, like, they have to, right? They have to have
They-
some kind of naval force. They're an ocean. They're a people of the sea. They pray to the god of the sea. They pray to Nephra.
Bro, we gotta tell Nefrat. We gotta tell Zatari to get their people
Zet,
to log
Zet,
in.
you gotta tell your people to lock in. Zet, your people gotta lock the fuck in. Zet, your people
Zet.
are dying. Oomph mentioned.
In this chat, we mentioned Oomph too many times. Oh. Cool, my Twitch just said no work turkey. Okay. Keep Twitch. I will remember that.
What?
Twitch just decided that I don't deserve to be on the platform for a moment.
Oh. That's
But
not
I
fun.
immediately took my right away from them.
Ah. Back to the shadows I go, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I see, so we just have to mention, like, Ceteri and Siva will immediately react. Okay.
It's like a sleeper agent phrase.
Phrase. Okay, never mind, I'm not going to say anything. Okay. So, Kionis doesn't have a naval force. Harkon has... What does Harkon have?
Well, military.
Yeah, but this is like... big, small... This is like...
Marcus,
No.
Nephra sitting idly whilst their people die. Oh god. Oh no.
Let me just... that's a glorious phrase. That's glorious.
Siba, your people, they're dying. What are you gonna do? Siba, they're dying.
Wait, listen, like... We are not talking to... we are not talking to Mercedes right now. Listen, let's see what we see, but shake my head, shake my head, shake my head. Anyways. Okay, So realistically, oh, realistically, if all of Arcadia just suddenly decides to join in and fight Atlas, they still wouldn't have a chance. Realistically. Since Hakon would be like the biggest factor in that equation, but anyways, that's too much.
Power of friendship will prevail. I don't know if the power of friendship's gonna be enough, Pash. I don't think it's gonna be enough to save them.
That's literally what Iffy said after I wrote like one of my theories, like so many months ago, so many months ago.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Chaos, can you entertain the chat for a few minutes?
Okay.
Let me just make sure I save this real quick. I'm gonna make sure I save this in case something explodes, because I don't want...
So people.
So I shall be right back, chat. I'm just gonna mute myself for the...
Wonderful. Bye. Bye. Enjoy your eve. Wait. Is it gone? Okay, I think Nick is gone. So, which person can be... Fuck, Nick is not gone. Wait. The white is gone, okay. So, which person can be flamed now that Nick is gone? This chat, it's just you and me. We can flame somebody now. We can flame somebody. Who should we? We have the usual suspects. We have Cronus, Midas, Avius. We could also flame the gods. What are the gods going to do? Kill me? I'm already not in Arcadia. They can't kill somebody that is not even there. But actually they can kill my NPC. But I paid good money for it. Killing you. See, but I will write a formal complaint to the council if you do that. Don't challenge the awesome bureaucrat. Do not challenge me. Wait a second, Siva. I literally have your boosty link. Who? How could I have forgotten? Wow. Bruh, you really shouldn't use matches when you are in a room full of, like, gas that can explode. Do not. Okay, fine. I won't. As long as you don't kill my NPC, I won't send you anything. Except if I want to commission you, that is like something else. What things can I talk about? Atlas seems... okay. I'm currently waiting until I get fed with like Verdantia and Atlas content, primarily Verdantia content, because the conflict in Verdantia is more interesting. But I do think seeing the more bureaucratic side of Atlas is also very neat. Like, okay, maybe it's just me sounding insane, but it's not like writing laws. It's more so what kind of organization is going to is happening behind why Verdantia is currently being Verdantia. And Midas is currently being Midas. Okay, to be fair, the Midas being Midas thing doesn't work anymore because I've come to the realization that Midas might not be that cooked. The better question is, how cooked is Atheus? Oh wait, no. I already asked that question. How cooked is Cronus? Yes. You target. Like, my guy is a literal HR violation who's walking around. He might be doomed more than anything else. He is doomed, yes. Cronus is an interesting character because very much the class divide in Atlas still exists. The fucking pit still exists. Again, these are all factors that should come into the equation of your average Atlian. Like, yeah, he freed Atlas, but did he do a good job afterwards? Because Atlas had any person who took over Atlas had a basis that only could have worked. But Dante was already under
Why
that control.
is Siba saying she's killing your NPC?
Don't worry about it.
I'm a little worried about it. Siba, what did he do?
I didn't do anything.
She's saying do not /Jen. What did you do?
I just reminded Siba that if my NPC has like 1 decibel less in their HP, I just have to boost the account. Like, what can I say? Like,
Oh, you were threatening to do the boosty account? Is that what you were up to?
of course I was. It's literally the best threat I
okay.
have against them. You don't know how effective that is, bro.
I see.
Listen, in any argument, mention the boosty account if they get too much on your, like, if they egg you on too much, and then sip. Albeit you can only do it when you have money.
This rock, it's pissing me off.
This rock is... it's pissed me off. What can
Anyway,
I say?
I also got a snack. I ate a bit of food real quick.
Mm.
I made banana bread.
Ooh, yeah, can you give some?
Sure.
Wait, how late is it? I could eat something real quick.
Yeah, I didn't eat a lot. I was kind of dizzy when I got up. Like, before I went to stream, I was getting, like, weirdly dizzy. I ate a bit of graham crackers, because I don't really have any snack food. I need to get, like, granola bars or something. Because, gonna be real, it's just like, I don't have a lot of snack food. I should get some.
Oh my god, speaking of food, you know what I just thought about by grabbing something to drink and... I don't know what you call this in English. My speed, maybe? I was thinking about what foods would be like most prominent in a country. Like, what would be like the main staple dish of like a country? That's always interesting to see, like, because food often resembles the history of a country, right? Like you have so many. Which country can I take? Okay, yeah, sure, let's take Austria. You have so many Austrian dishes where it resembles like, often it resembles like some kind of elegancy, resembling like its past historical like times during the Habsburg dynasty. Same with the Germans, often with their food, like old food, but traditional food. And speaking of traditional food, by the way, and that's always interesting. I think that would be interesting to maybe one day question or like ask like, what is like the staple dish for a country? Because I can imagine for Addis it being like stew or something like that.
Yeah.
The minced meat is brown, but it smells like meat. And it tastes like meat. It's meat.
Meat's meat. Trying to think, because I want to do this in like 2 parts for this art. Trying to think of how I can cheat, so I don't have to do a ton of line art. Let me cheat,
And
damn
you
it.
like mirror stuff with Incaritha?
It's not mirror. It's just copying part of the pose, so I don't have to do it 3 different times.
Ah, I see.
Well, 2 different times.
Which country would be the next to fall?
Good question.
In Arcadia.
Honestly, it's kind of a toss-up right now. Currently, least likely seems to be Hakan. Kionis is kind of on the rocks, considering everything going on there. Incaritha or Kionis are the next to fall, probably. Verdanti has relative stability. Cronus is kind of crazy, but he's got people working for him that are keeping order. But Incaritha and Kionis are most on the rocks right now. You want to do something way soon?
For which one?
Well, Concha is in charge of Verdantia.
Ah,
If I don't remember who all is in charge of what, but I know that Concha is like one of the writers for Verdantia. Like, there's one head writer for each nation's story. And Concha's is the, Verdantia. So it's up to him to get the ball rolling. Also, I got a piece of candy. So if you hear clicking around in my mouth, that's why. It's plum milk
what?
tea?
What are we saying with Kachi did say he had something on the way.
Which means
I'm getting
Verdantia.
Verdantia now?
Yeah, Verdantia soon. Yippee!
Oh man, I can't wait to see Midas Twingstone again. And Dr. Professor Magistrate Professor Dr. It is.
Dr. Illid.
Dr. Edlund. only true Vedantians, wait, what? Only true aliens support Dr. Elliot. You know, the assassination of like the king and queen of Vedantia
Yeah, that's
is
still
still not closed.
that's still not
It's still
solved.
open.
No one knows anything about
Yeah.
that still.
You know, I was thinking about it. Wait a second. Couldn't like Avis just prove that the aliens did it?
He would need proof that the Atlians did it.
Like, could he just do? Yeah, exactly. Like, could he just do that? Yes, like. Give me 1 second to remember the name of the guy. One second. I need to look up his name. Oh yeah. Dalen. Yeah. Dylan? Dalen?
Dalen.
I don't know. Like, he has him, and if I remember correctly, he is one quick fella.
Yeah, he's a patron of Rayanne too.
Yeah. Like, he could most definitely use him as like some kind of reconnaissance for or like research for that entire situation of the assassination, while Aphis is just continuing focusing on like on watching a tutorial on how to invade, on how to fight an enemy country as a guerrilla force. God. I do hope, like, that plotline will soon be closed or a new one can open, because currently it's like there's like two main suspects, right? Like the rebellion with Aphros and Midas with Atlas.
Yeah, that's like the main suspects.
Yeah. You would think Midas would be it. You could also see why Aphros would want the Queen and King dead. Vedantian, alien loyalist. Like, popular as well with the people.
Yeah, I mean
You
they were
want them
loyal to Atlas, so there's no reason for Atlas to have done it.
This is a field where normally you would have one side spreading so much misinformation that, well, to the people, that some people might even believe what they're saying. Like, it's surprising that both Aphis and Midas have not been using this situation to gain, like, favor with the people.
Yeah.
Because, realistically, people want to hear, want to hear their thoughts being said by a different person. And I'm sure that many Vedantians think, the aliens did it, many Vedantians think, But the rebellion did it. So the question is, in that entire thing, why did nobody use it to make propaganda? Where are the fake news?
No one. I don't think people understand how effective propaganda can be sometimes.
I mean, literally, I make propaganda for Atlas. I know how to use it. The more you try to undersell a point or upsell a point, the more people will change their views on the topic. Like, it's basic miscommunication, kinda.
Basic usage of communication.
True. That was it. So for detectician, I'm going to say this every time when Aphis is like seen as like some mastermind. Detectician can use it to
Propaganda.
get people alive.
The greatest tool is propaganda.
Like, come on, brother. Do people want to know who killed my queen? Who killed my king? You don't want the people to tell. You don't want to tell the people. Fuck, do I know? I don't know. You want the people. You want to tell the people. Oh, it was them. The aliens. These warmongers. We need to fight them. Like, it's very easy. For Avis, it's such an easy tool. For Midas, I would understand the risks, because if you say, oh yeah, it was the rebellion, nobody would. Not many people would buy it. Not nobody, but not many people would buy it. Many think you would call it bullshit. Like, why would they kill their own monarch? Is what they would think.
Yeah. That's what everyone wants to know.
Now, what I want to know is when I get more propaganda content for Atlas. Come on, guys. I'm kinda starving. I kinda need the Atlas content. I'm kinda starving. My dog is kinda hungry. I'm kinda homeless. Okay. There's no actual democracy in Arcadia, no?
No, there isn't one yet.
You know, because for a moment I wasn't sure, because somebody was referred to as the Chancellor or something, or like a Chancellor.
That.
And that's normally a position that you would get elected to.
I think maybe that's Keonis? Maybe?
Man, time to look in Kionis. Blah blah blah. Oh, title. Assume the title of Grand Chancellor. Ah, that doesn't matter anymore because Cal is fucking dead.
Yes, Callias is dead.
Elias is fucking 6 feet under, swimming with the fishes.
For Kionis, that's probably the most accurate, isn't it?
He's most likely currently talking with
Nephra.
Nephra about the news like tea in Kionis.
Rest in peace, Callias, indeed. His time ran out.
Okay, we cannot use time for him, bro. We can only use time for aliens. We gotta be more unique.
Nephra did not preserve him.
Wait, wasn't there like a quote for it said, I can't have somebody gayer than me?
Mm-hmm. In the chat.
My head, Nephra. It's a Terry. Maybe Nephra. Maybe both. I think it could be both. It was.
He wasn't preserved.
Who needs to be preserved if you have? I wanted to say if you have like a king, but Argon is kinda like meh. Like I don't wanna say Argon is like a mid leader, but he is a mid leader.
Where is this guy?
Ooh, Argon. Oh fucking no, wait, I don't watch Hionis. I have no idea.
Me neither.
So sad, the Grand Chancellor of Hionis is fucking dead.
Aragon is quite unequipped. Yeah.
Yep, and the person who is equipped for everything was... Oh,
Murdered.
yeah, was... well, is now swimming with the fishes. So,
Kionis might be cooked.
no, Hionis is cooked. Like, how can you? How can you, like, do anything in Kionis?
Grit and
They
determination.
don't have... They don't have a navy. What the fuck are we saying? With determination. They don't even have the only thing that could support them. Eunice is just currently in negative temperature. I mean, is just in regular temperature, not negative. That's nice. Yikes. Which other character can I talk about and dig them through the dirt?
I don't know, 3.5 hours is probably good. Kionis is meant to be absolutely freezing, but it's just so cooked? Yeah. Yeah, I think
know.
3.5 hours is probably good.
Yo, I want to say something about Lady Mabel, but then
No,
I remembered that I
no.
cannot say anything.
GQ will
can't.
kill you.
I know. Not only that. That's... Bro is literally having the... Lady Mabel has the shittiest job position.
She's
But-
not in an enviable place. She is not.
Man, so sad. Anyways, the government is peace, and wait a fucking minute. The leader of the Mandantian rebellion is 18 years old.
Godspeed. But I'm probably gonna wrap up stream. I'm probably gonna just... I've yapped long. It's been a long yap. So Chaos, any last words before I end stream for the day?
Okay. So,
Yes.
okay, cut.
Alright. Thank you everyone for coming here tonight. I'll see y'all next time I go live. Have a good night. Bye-bye.